vintage pharmacy soda fountain. It's an idea that I have. I want to create some perfumes reminiscent of a vintage pharmacy soda fountain. The first one I'm working on is called Vintage Sassafras Soda. Here in Portland, Oregon, we have one still running as a pharmacy, and they have the soda fountain. We're doing research for perfume making. I got a cherry phosphate soda. Derek, what did you get?
I got mango phosphate soda.
Was there a fair with this on Northeast Sandy in Portland? They sell some of the original sodas that you would have had at a vintage pharmacy soda fountain. And there are phosphate sodas. Those are fruit sodas that are very tangy. The phosphate adds tang to it. Also, the original root beers were sold at vintage pharmacy soda fountains. The original root beer was made by creating a tonic from boiling certain roots and combining them in a way that tasted like root beer. The original root beer was made using sassafras root bark, and sassafras root bark is unfortunately outlawed by the FDA since the 1960s. There was some signs that it might be a mild carcinogen, so you can no longer use sassafras in things. Because you can create an accord of sassafras using a few natural materials combined in certain ratios. So that's what I'm working on for perfume. What I like about creating perfumes that are inspired by vintage pharmacy sodas is that in the beginning, those sodas were produced, some of them, many of them, by pharmacists with the intention of being healing or curative. And even though with the perfumes we're not ingesting them, I like the idea that the perfumes might have properties, might have beneficial properties to them, and also that they are reminiscent of some of our history in the late 1800s, old-fashioned pharmacies, places where people would go to gather and places where people would go to feel better.